to be able to help you. So thanks for agreeing to come on with me today.
Of course. Thank you for thinking of that. I mean, this is wonderful.
My pleasure. So Brittany Golden, you're a BNI member. Tell me what
Yes.
chapter you're in and what role you're playing that right now.
I am a member of Geared for Success. I love my group. We meet Wednesdays at the county line. Well, we used to, and now we're meeting virtual, which I think this is so wonderful that everybody's just able to pivot this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've served a few different roles within BNI, but I just got back from my maternity leave, so I'm about to come back to the group and see what's happening.
Yeah, and your baby is adorable, joining
you.
your little boy, and it's just such a neat thing to have been able to have a little window on this part of your life. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
So tell me about the Austin Child Guidance Center, which is who you represent in the BNI chapter. What is your role there?
Mm-hmm.
And what does the Austin Child Guidance Center provide? What are the services they provide to the local area?
Yeah. So within BNI, I'm in the nonprofit fundraising category. And at Austin Child Guidance Center, I'm the Associate Director of Development. And so I'm mainly responsible, me and my team, for providing funding for the services that we provide. So Austin Child Guidance Center has been around since 1951. We are Austin's oldest nonprofit dedicated solely to children's mental health. And we provide individual, group, and family counseling services, all on a sliding fee scale so that we can make these services accessible for everyone. We also have psychological evaluations and assessments and psychiatry care as well. And then parent workshops and student training for future mental health providers and current. So there's a whole array of services that go on at Austin Child Guidance Center. Yeah. And we've been doing this for a really long time. And what sets us apart from other places that when you think of mental health is that all of our services are evidence-based treatment models. They're trauma-informed, and they're focused on the kiddo, but we treat the child within the context of the family. So we're really looking holistically at the family unit and the different parties that are interacting and what are the goals of the family and how do we help them get there and achieve just feeling more confident and moving forward on their own too.
Yeah. Awesome.
And just lastly, those services are provided on a sliding fee scale again, so that we never have to turn away a family for inability to pay. And then we accept almost all insurance types, which is always tricky with mental health.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I think it's definitely a service that's needed, and the current climate is probably making it challenging. And I don't know, you're not open right now, I don't believe, are you?
So it has been an interesting journey. I mean, like I said, I just got back from maternity leave, but I've been
welcome back.
Thank you. I've been keeping in touch with what's going on here and there. And so since last fall of 2019, we had started the talks of growing into teletherapy services.
Right. There's a hornet trying to befriend me here. It's one of those big red Texas hornets.
Oh no.
Not invited to this Zoom webinar.
So we had already kind of started the foundation of exploring that option and how we can grow and remove barriers for families receiving these services. And I'm so thankful that we already started that because
no kidding.
Basically our plan was to roll out that program in the fall of 2020. And this is just fast-tracked it. So we have already continued our services with our clients using telehealth. And we, are still doing our therapy services and treating clients that are already enrolled, and so that they're not having that gap, really.
Yeah, and I'm sure right now, is probably a really critical time for the children that you service. I can imagine that there would be heightened stress, anxiety.
Oh yeah.
They aren't getting a break from their siblings, and if there's problems with parenting and issues like that, they're in that intense environment in the home.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's an opportunity for a lot of growth. It's also an opportunity for a lot of lab work, shall we say, right? And so
Yeah.
they really need your service. We were talking about the conditions, and you've been able to fast track your telehealth
Mhm.
services. But what are the resources that you need the most right now, that
Mhm.
someone who might be remote, and I'll say a friend of mine who's maybe watching this, or a friend of Ivan's on social media, that there's something that we can do to help make sure that these kiddos, as you said, are being able to have the services they need. What do you need from us?
Yeah. Well, right now I think we have three main immediate needs. So what is obviously a big stumbling block is just the hardware. We need to make sure that
Oh,
our therapists are equipped with laptops and cameras and headphones
yeah.
so that they can work from home. And a lot of our therapists do have that already, because some of them do go off site, but there are people who were strictly in the office, or like our student interns, they
Yeah.
don't have that equipment available.
Okay.
And so those are
Can you
unbudgeted costs that,
let me interrupt you and just ask you, approximately how many people are we talking about?
yeah. So I would say it's going to be less than 30 total.
Okay.
Um, we're a staff of around, oh gosh, well, I would have to try to really think about how many clinicians we have on, but I know we have about 10 interns.
Okay.
And so they're all needing equipment. And then I would probably say an additional 5 to 10 therapists
Okay.
to that. So maybe
Okay. That
10
gives
to
us a
20.
starting point. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So the hardware is one thing. And while we have been on this telehealth path, we are not ready to fully transition into Penzi, which is the program that we would be using.
Mhm.
So we're supplementing with Zoom Health. And so that's, again, an extra cost that.
Right. Subscription fees.
And so, I mean, anybody out there who knows anyone in Zoom Health, or again, just if there are individuals who are understanding the burden and feel a tie for that, um, just that those donations that we are receiving right now that are unrestricted are going to be huge in just making sure that we can meet the needs of our clients and just this transition period that we're all in.
Right.
And then the last thing is training. Again, it's funding for training for our clinicians. Telehealth is a new way of delivering services,
Sure.
especially the specific services that we provide with, child family
Right.
interaction
Yeah.
therapy. So just those extra funds that would allow us to get everybody up to speed and technically, like, working at home,
Right.
and
Right.
those are kind of the immediate needs that we're seeing.
And what about down the road? What would you anticipate
Yeah.
needs that would come in down the road after this opportunity has passed?
Oh, yes. So down the road, like so many nonprofits, we have one of our major, well, you're very familiar with our big fundraiser, Austin Originals. And so a lot of us are on hold and just not sure if those events are going to take place.
Right.
Or like we had a series of house parties that our board would be hosting. And now we're looking at, okay, are we going to have to shift those to virtual, and how does that work, and how do we still make it really impactful? And then we have one of our staff people, our resources for our clients is a family resource navigator. And so they are helping with connecting our clients who are having unemployment, or they're needing
Right.
access to food or anything like
Right.
that,
Right.
childcare. And we're expecting a huge increase in those services.
Yeah.
So down the road, as we launch that, I know we'll have more specific needs for our families that we'll be reaching out for and addressing. And then just the, you know, the day-to-day operating, we're looking for new grant partners. We're looking at Wells Fargo and Sprint and Morgan Stanley, and there's so many different opportunities that we haven't tapped into, and we're going to be looking to a lot of the companies who are attached with those charitable funds to kind of help get us through this time.
Yeah, great. So everybody watching, if you have a passion for children and children's mental health services, please either instant message me or make a comment below where we shared this video and let us know you're interested, and we'll connect you with Brittany. I don't want to give Brittany's email address out on this video, but we'll get you connected with Brittany so that you can really inform yourself more specifically about the needs and get in there and help us out and help the kids. These kids are, you know, 100% of our future. And if there's anything we can do to help them be more capable and more settled and be able to step into the leadership roles they're going to have in the future, of course, we want to do it. Brittany, thank you so much for taking time away from your babies and time away from your work to come on and have this time and chat with me. I appreciate you so much, and we really appreciate what ACGC does and what you stand for.
Well, thank you, Beth. We appreciate your leadership and your passion for our mission and giving us this opportunity. Thank you.
All right. Be well. And everybody, this is Brittany, Austin Child Guidance Center. And we'll be hearing more in the chat forums and in the comments below about the work you're doing. And please watch for it, Brittany. When I post it, I'll, of course, send you the link, and then you can enter into some dialogue with our followers there, too.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you.
All righty.